Welcome, folks. Welcome back to Aztec Cryptocurrency. Tonight, in our video is going to try to explain what is blockchain and how does it work. I want to read a little bit of this article here for you and then try to tell you what I think how it works. I'm not a financial advisor, and before you invest in cryptocurrency, do your own research. It says here, blockchain is a shared distributed ledger technology in which each transaction is digitally signed to ensure its authenticity and integrity. It is poised to make big waves in a wide range of business use cases. Let's go up here. Okay, I'm going to skip this part here and go to what is blockchain. A blockchain is the structure of data that represents a financial ledger entry or a record of transaction. Each transaction is digitally signed to ensure its authenticity and that no one tampers with it. So the ledger itself and the existing transactions within it are assumed to be of high integrity. The real magic comes, however, from these digital ledger entries being distributed among a deployment or infrastructure. These additional nodes and layers in the infrastructure serve the purpose of providing a consensus about the state of transaction at any given second. They all have copies of the existing authenticated ledger distributed amongst them. It says cut through the blockchain hype to find out which blockchain pilots are showing enterprise promise and where blockchain is poised for big business. How do blockchains work? When a new transaction or an edit to an existing transaction comes into a blockchain, generally a majority of the nodes within a blockchain implementation must execute algorithms to evaluate and verify the history of the individual blockchain block that is proposed. If a majority of the nodes come to a consensus that the history and signature is valid, the new block transaction is accepted into the ledger, and a new block is added to the chain of transaction. If the majority does not concede to the addition or modification of the ledger entry, it is denied and not added to the chain. This distributed consensus model is what allows blockchain to run as a distributed ledger without the need for some central unifying authority saying what transactions are valid and, perhaps more importantly, which ones are not. Okay, that's all I'm going to do on that. I'm going to go out of this, go to me. All right, folks. Welcome to Aztec Cryptocurrency. I've got a haircut. I didn't do it for myself. I did it for you, the people, because you got to look at my mug when I do these videos. My understanding of what a blockchain is that when a transaction is made and you send a coin to buy something or send it to another person, then this transaction is noted in a computer and sent to a bunch of other people in the blockchain that says you sent, I don't know, say 100 tron. I sent it to my son. My son received it, and I'm now out of 100 tron. So if I come back and I say he stole 100 tron from me, then that ledger not only is in one place, but it's in a bunch of different places on a bunch of different computers, and they can look it up and say, no, it looks like at 9:30 p.m. on Monday night, you sent your son, Taylor, 100 tron coins, because it's not only written down here, there's 1,000 other computers that recorded that transaction and you signed off on it. So there's 1,000 different computers that said you made that transaction. So it's almost kind of flawless. It's not like you're going to your local 7-Eleven and you give him a $50 bill for an $18 purchase, and he gives you $10 back, and you go back to the 7-Eleven and says, wait a minute, you only gave me $10 back, and I give you a $50 bill. And he says, well, no, I gave you $32 back out of that for $18 purchase. It's not going to be like that. They're going to automatically be, no, it's good. We signed off on it because you sent that money, and we got 100 different places that can verify that that transaction was valid. That's my assumption on how blockchain is going to work, is that it's a system to where once you make a purchase, you really have you really can't contest it because you made it. It's a simple, quick deal that says, it's going to save a lot of time and heartache, because there's a lot of people that will go out and spend money and then want their money back. Well, this is going to verify that you bought it, and only you. There's a lot of numbers involved in this when you're going to be using cryptocurrency. I think it's going to be a great system. I'm not for sure. I hope I got that right. May not. May have to do a whole lot more research to figure out what blockchain really is. That's my assumption on it, is that it's a ledger that's going to make sure that when you make a transaction, it's legitimate and that only you made that transaction. Nobody else made it but you, and that's what makes it so secure. It's supposed to be, what I understand, the most secure thing where you can't get your money stolen, you just can't lose out. It's better than having money in your wallet. It's better than having your money on your phone. I don't know. It's the future. And folks, Tron is the investment that you need to be buying into right now, because they're fixing to start their own. They're going to put mainnet out there on the 31st of March. They're going to do a coin burn on the 1st of March, I think. But get ready for the future of money. And if you're not putting your money into it right now, your USD, you might be making a mistake. But I'm not a financial advisor. Just a guy on YouTube. Like, subscribe, or don't. I don't care.